we are going to do is that we are going to do with the NAT gateway. Okay, so what is NAT gateway? So we have a private subnet. Okay, one VPC is there. Okay, one public subnet is there. One private subnet is there. Okay, and private subnet, the instances won't be having internet connectivity, and this one is having internet connectivity. Okay, so if you want to install any kind of packages or anything, if you want to access internet from this one, so without connecting to internet gateway, we won't be able to access to the internet. Okay, so now what are we going to do is that we are going to connect the NAT gateway. NAT gateway, this is the NAT gateway. NAT gateway. This NAT gateway will be connected to the private subnet. Okay, to the private subnet. This is NAT gateway. NAT gateway is connected to private subnet. The private subnet instance will connect it to this NAT gateway. This NAT gateway will allow the IG. That allow IG will be connected to internet. Okay, this is how it is working. Okay, so I already created subnet and public and private. Two subnets is created. Okay, and okay, now I'm going to create a public instance. Okay, public instance, and public instance will be, okay, I'm creating a key pair. Okay, and VPC will be NAT VPC. Okay, the subnet will be a public subnet. Okay, public subnet, it is I've attached, and the auto OSN IP enabled. So I'll have a elastic IP, and the public IP will be created. The security group, I'm allowing the security group that access to the SSH I'm accessing, allowing so that I'll be able to connect it. That's all. So I'm going to create a launch instance. This is the public instance. Okay, I'm going to connect to this instance. You know how to connect to this instance, right? You know how to connect to this instance. How to connect to this instance, and we can go and here and we can connect it. Okay, but instead of that, what we also do can do that. In good terminal, we can go to downloads. What's the keypad name? NAT keypad PEM. Okay, so chmod 400 NAT keypad PEM SSH -I IP address of this machine is NAT public. This one SSH. Okay, NAT keypad PEM EC2 user @ so yes. Okay, now I have connected to this instance. Okay, you can give yum install httpd. Okay, sudo httpd, it will work. Okay, now it's been working in this instance. So the instance IP address is 10.0.0.11. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create another instance called a private instance. Okay, so the launching instance with the NAT private instance. Okay, and then this is one here. It says okay, keypair will be NAT keypair. For this one also I'm giving. So here the subnet will be private subnet, the NAT VPC, and then the subnet will be private subnet, and auto OSN public IP address disabled. It doesn't have any kind of public IP addresses. So now I don't need the SSH will be enabled only from the entire VPC itself. Okay, so we can just change this to from anywhere to the custom. I want SSH to be able to access only from the 10.0.0.0/24. Okay, so that is the CIDR of our VPC. Only within the VPC we should be able to connect it SSH into it. Okay, so now 16 is not our VPC, right? In which VPC you have created with? Yeah, so that is the VPC you are going to use. Only from this within the VPC, we should be able to connect it. Okay, so now I'm just going to SSH into this one. Okay, so now I'm just launching instance. Now, if you can come here, right? Okay, I'm just exit from here. I'm going to exit from here also. Now, I have this PEM file. I have this PEM file, right? I have this PEM file. I'm going to copy this PEM file inside the machine. How to copy? SSH, SCP, FNR. Huh? That's also can do. You want to do like that? Okay. Now I'm going to new terminal. Okay. So cat downloads nat keeper pen. Okay. But I can copy like this one. But I like copying in that way. You know why? Because sometimes the copying that extra space and all it won't work. We'll waste a lot of time. I'm just like scp -r -i nat keeper. Okay, and the file name is nat keeper pen, and the EC2 user this one /home /EC2 user. Inside this one I have this. Okay, now it's copied. If I go to /home EC2 user, I will be seeing this nat keeper. Okay, this is how you should be copying. So just be a smart, So if you just show us a Linux guy, don't copy paste. Okay, so now we can just go and do SSH into this machine. Now if you can give ls, you already have one keeper. Okay, now I'm going to SSH -i nat keeper. Okay, we need to. I want to see that whether this 400 is copied or not. Nat keeper.pem. Now I'm going to launch instances. I'm going to instances and nat private instance. Okay, the instance is not having a public IP addresses. How are we going to connect? We are going to connect through this one. So 10.0.ssh -i nat keeper EC2 user @ yes. I'll be able to connect inside that machine. Okay. Now I'm going to install sudo su -. I'm going to sudo su -. It's not yum install. So it is trying to download. Okay, but it's not working. Okay, now what are we going to do? I'm going to allow the internet connectivity from the NAT gateway to the public instances. Now you see it still keep on loading. It is not gonna work. Right? Now I want to allow this private instance through the NAT gateway to the internet gateway. So that go like that. Okay. So now I'm going to create a NAT gateway. Okay, I'm going to VPC NAT gateways. Create NAT gateway and GW. Okay, select subnet. Okay, so which subnet you want to associate it with? Huh? Which subnet? We have to attach to public subnet. You know why? That's what the diagram says, right? We need to attach to the public subnet because in the public subnet only internet gateway is attached. Now it will allow the connectivity through that one. Okay. Now, what is subnet ID? What subnet ID of this one? What is the NAT subnet? What is subnet name? subnet public. Okay, this is the subnet ID, right? Okay, the subnet ID is this one, subnet public. Okay, select an associate IP. I want to allocate an associate IP. So this one will be having the elastic IP should be attached because this one is kind of a system only. It will be allowing the internet through this one. Okay, so now it's going to be public and create NAT gateway. Got it? Okay, so now it has been attached to the this thing. Okay, so now what I have to do? Now what I have to do? Attach the gateway. Now you need to create a route table, right? Okay, so every time you need to create a route table. Oh, sorry, not create route table. Editing route table. Private NAT or subnet. You go to routes, edit route table. Hey, private. Private or public? I choose public. Okay, what is private? Hey. Oh, the private route table not created yet. Okay, so private route. I'm going to create a private route table. Private route table match. Okay, the private RT route table NAT. Okay, select VPC. Which VPC is this one? NAT VPC, and then the NAT create route table. Okay, subnet association should be associated to private subnet. Okay, subnet is associated. Now again edit route table. What do we do now? Allow internet through NAT gateway. The NAT gateway is going to be this one. Okay, now it's been attached to the NAT gateway. Now all the traffic from here routed to this one, and will go to the internet and then connect to get the IP addresses, get the this thing, and coming back. Okay, this is the concept. No, that's not required because that's already having a internet gateway attached. Yeah, your question is correct. Actually, I like the way that you're just following with this. Maybe it'll take some time to allow the connectivity. See, it's working. Ping is working from Google. Okay, and should be working. M should also be working. See, it's working now. Right? If you can install. Sorry. Okay, this is working now. Okay, so this is how you are working with NAT gateways. NAT gateway will be working. Go through this one and this one and this one, and it will come like this. Shall we try to delete this route table and see if it's working fine? Route table. If we delete this route table, remove this route table, will it work now? Yes or no? Okay, if I can give ping google.com, see, it's not working. Before that it was working, ping google.com, it was working, giving me the 64-bit IP addresses. Now it's not working. Okay, so this is how you will be configuring the NAT gateways. So there is this kind of a concept, right? So I mean, like